July is the month when most gardeners quietly give up. They look at the heat, the tired spring beds, the weeds, the dry soil, the half-finished harvests, and they think the best part of the season is already behind them. But here is the mistake that costs people months of food. July is not the end of the garden. For many crops, it is the beginning of the most powerful season of all. Because what you plant now grows in warm soil, gains strength quickly, and then finishes in the cool air of fall. And that cool air changes everything. It turns starch into sugar. It makes carrots sweeter, kale milder, cabbage crisper, and Brussels sprouts richer. Some vegetables do not reach their best flavor in summer. They wait for the cold. They need the cold. So if you thought July was only for watering, weeding, and watching the garden fade, stay with me. By the end of this video, you will see July completely differently. These are 15 crops you can plant now for a harvest that keeps going long after the spring garden has quit. First, let's start with beans, both bush beans and pole beans. Beans are one of the easiest ways to turn July into a rolling harvest. The secret is simple. Do not plant them once. Plant them again and again. A fresh row every week or every 10 days gives you steady young pods instead of one huge harvest that arrives all at once and overwhelms your kitchen. July is actually a great time for beans because they love warm soil. In spring, they often sit in cold ground and take their time. In July, they wake up fast. The soil is warm, the seedlings move quickly, and you could be picking pods in about 45 to 65 days. Plant the seeds about 2 inches deep. That may sound deeper than usual, but in midsummer the top layer of soil dries out quickly. Down below, the seed has a better chance of finding moisture and sprouting well. Pole beans like Blue Lake are great if you have a trellis. Bush beans like Jade, Top Crop, or Strike are perfect if you want something compact and simple. The only real warning is frost. Beans do not tolerate it at all. Count back from your first expected hard freeze, and make sure your final planting has enough time to mature. Next comes sweet corn, and this one is truly now or never. If you want a late crop of sweet corn, early July is usually your last real chance in many regions. Corn needs heat, and once fall starts pulling warmth out of the air, the plant struggles to finish properly. The kernels need enough time to fill, sweeten, and mature before the cold shuts everything down. For a July planting, do not choose long-season varieties. You want fast corn. Look for types that mature in about 70 to 80 days. That speed can be the difference between full, sweet ears and a patch of plants that never quite makes it. And there is one mistake that ruins more backyard corn than people realize: planting it in one long row. Corn is wind-pollinated. The pollen falls from the tassels and needs to land on the silks. Every silk connects to a kernel. If the pollen misses, the ear comes out with empty gaps. Plant corn in blocks, not single rows. Short rows side by side give the pollen a much better chance of reaching the silks. Space the plants about 12 inches apart and plant the seed about 1 inch deep. Corn is greedy. It uses a lot of space, water, and nutrients for one harvest. But fresh sweet corn in fall, when everyone else gave up weeks ago, is worth the effort. Third, plant cucumbers for a second chance. If your spring cucumbers were destroyed by beetles, disease, mildew, or heat stress, July gives you another opportunity. In fact, a midsummer planting can sometimes do better because it avoids the worst wave of early-season pest pressure. Cucumbers grow fast in warm soil. Many varieties can produce in about 50 to 60 days. Bush types are good for small spaces. Vining types can climb a trellis, which keeps the fruit cleaner, straighter, and easier to find. The most important thing with July cucumbers is water. Cucumbers have large leaves, and those leaves lose a lot of moisture on hot days. When the plant dries out, the fruit often becomes bitter. That bitterness is not random. It is the taste of stress. Water deeply and consistently. Do not let the plant swing from dry to soaked and back again. Keep the soil steady, especially while the fruit is forming. Good choices include homemade pickles for preserving, Sumter for slicing, and bush crop if you're short on space. Fourth, plant summer squash and zucchini. Zucchini has a reputation for being almost too productive, And that is exactly why it belongs in the July garden. One healthy plant can produce an incredible amount of food in a short time. There's another reason to plant again in July. By midsummer, many early squash plants are already struggling. Powdery mildew may be spreading across the leaves. Squash vine borers may have damaged the stems. A plant that looked healthy one day can collapse almost overnight. A fresh July planting gives you new, vigorous plants that can grow quickly and start producing in about 50 to 60 days. It is a way to reset the crop instead of trying to nurse a tired plant through the rest of the season. But be careful with spacing. Late summer is prime time for powdery mildew. If squash plants are crowded, the leaves stay damp, air cannot move, and mildew spreads quickly. Give the plants more room than you think they need. Airflow is your defense. Black Beauty is a classic zucchini. Early summer crookneck is a reliable yellow squash. If you dislike scratchy stems, look for smoother varieties that make harvesting easier. Now the garden changes direction. Everything so far loves heat. The next crops use July for a different purpose. They start in warmth, but they finish in cold. Fifth, plant broccoli. Broccoli is not a summer vegetable at heart. It wants cool weather to form tight, heavy heads. If it matures in heat, the heads can become loose, bitter, and quick to bolt. That is why July is a strategic planting window. You start the crop now, so it can finish in fall. The timing matters. Start broccoli about 10 to 12 weeks before your first expected frost. In very hot weather, broccoli seed may not germinate well outdoors because the soil is too warm. A smart method is to start the seeds indoors or in a cooler protected space. Then transplant them once the seedlings are strong. You can grow standard heading broccoli, but sprouting broccoli is often even better for small gardens. After the main head is cut, it keeps sending out side shoots for weeks. That means more harvest from the same plant. Green Magic, Pac-Man, and Avenger are strong choices for fall broccoli. Once cool weather arrives, broccoli can handle light frost, and the flavor often improves. Sixth, plant Brussels sprouts if you have patience. Brussels sprouts are the long game. They need about 80 to 100 days, sometimes more, before the sprouts are ready. That is why July is so important. Wait too long, and the plants may never have enough time to size up before cold weather arrives. Give Brussels sprouts full sun, steady moisture, and plenty of space. These are large plants, and they need room to build a thick central stalk covered with sprouts. Space them about 18 to 24 inches apart. The reward comes after frost. Cold weather triggers the plant to convert starch into sugar. That is why Brussels sprouts harvested after frost taste sweeter, nuttier, and richer than sprouts grown in warm weather. The cold is not just something they survive. It is what makes them good. Long Island is a classic variety. Gustus and Hestia are also strong choices. Brussels sprouts can stand real cold, and in many gardens they remain useful well into the fall season. Seventh, plant cabbage. Cabbage is one of the great fall crops because it is both productive and useful. A good cabbage head is not just something you eat once. It can store for months under the right conditions. That is why cabbage has been a survival crop for generations. July planting lets cabbage mature in cool weather instead of summer heat. That is important because heat can cause heads to split or plants to bolt. Cool fall weather helps the heads tighten and sweeten. Use transplants in early to mid-July if your season is shorter. Choose faster maturing varieties so the heads have time to close before hard freezes arrive. Once mature, cabbage can be harvested and stored cold, usually just above freezing, where it can last for a long time. Champion and Top Bunch are dependable options for a fall crop. Light frost can improve the flavor, but a hard freeze can damage heads meant for storage, so harvest at the right time. Eighth, plant carrots. Fall carrots are one of the greatest rewards in gardening. A carrot pulled from cold soil tastes completely different from a carrot pulled in the heat of summer. It is sweeter, deeper, and almost candy-like because the plant pushes sugar into the root as protection against cold. The challenge is germination. Carrot seed is tiny, and the top layer of soil must stay moist until the seeds sprout. In July, that top layer can dry out in a few hours. The solution is to protect the seedbed. After sowing, cover the row with a light layer of straw to shade the soil and hold moisture. Once you see green sprouts, gently pull the straw back so the seedlings can grow. Mixing carrot seed with dry sand can help you sow more evenly. After the seedlings come up, thin them so the roots have room to develop. Nance is excellent for sweetness. Littlefinger is good for quick baby carrots. Tendersweet is a strong choice if you want longer roots. Ninth, plant beets. Beets are a 2-for-1 crop. You get the root, but you also get the greens. Beet greens are tender, earthy, and excellent cooked or added young to salads. You can harvest a few leaves while the root continues to grow below. Like carrots, beets become sweeter as cool weather arrives. A mid-July planting gives them warm soil for quick early growth and cool nights later for better flavor. Beet seeds have a special challenge. What looks like one seed is actually a small cluster with a tough outer coat. That coat can slow germination, especially in dry summer soil. Soak beet seeds in water for about 24 hours before planting. This softens the coating and helps the seeds sprout more evenly. Thin beet seedlings to about 2 inches apart. The small thinnings can be eaten as greens. Detroit Dark Red is a reliable variety for a fall crop, known for strong growth and sweet roots. 10th, plant kale. Kale is one of the toughest greens you can grow. It does not just survive frost. It often becomes better because of it. Cold weather turns a tough, slightly bitter summer leaf into something sweeter, milder, and more pleasant. Plant kale from mid-July through mid-August so it can establish strong roots and plenty of leaves before winter pressure arrives. You can harvest baby greens in about 30 to 45 days or leave the plants to mature for larger leaves after frost. Lacinato, also called dinosaur kale, has dark textured leaves and excellent flavor. Blue curled Scotch is hardy and productive. Premier is another dependable choice. The best thing about kale is flexibility. Pick it young for tender salads, or wait until frost has improved the flavor for soups, stews, and cooked greens. Either way, it keeps producing when many other crops are finished. 11th, plant leaf lettuce but cheat the heat. Lettuce does not naturally love July. Heat makes it bolt, turn bitter, and sometimes refuse to germinate. But you can still grow it if you manage the conditions. The first trick is shade. Use shade cloth or plant lettuce where taller crops protect it from the strongest sun. The north side of corn, tomatoes, or trellis crops can create a cooler pocket where lettuce has a better chance. The second trick is shallow sowing. Lettuce seed needs light to germinate, so do not bury it deeply. Cover it with only a very thin layer of soil, about 1/4 inch or less. Keep the surface moist until the seeds sprout. The third trick is choosing the right variety. Heat-tolerant types like Buttercrunch, Summertime, Skiffos, or Solanova Butterheads are far better for a July planting than ordinary spring lettuce. Lettuce is more demanding than many crops on this list, but when you get it right, you can have fresh, crisp salads while other gardeners think lettuce season is impossible. 12th, plant radishes. Radishes are the fastest crop in the garden. Some can go from seed to harvest in about 25 to 40 days. That makes them perfect for succession planting. Sow a small row every week or two, and you will have a steady supply instead of one batch that gets old all at once. In late July, consider switching to winter radishes such as daikon. They take longer, but they grow well as the weather cools and can produce large roots for fall and winter use. And here is a useful secret. If summer heat prevents radish roots from forming properly, do not rush to pull the plants. Let them flower. The flowers turn into crisp green seed pods that taste like mild radish. They are excellent raw or cooked, and they attract beneficial insects. German Giant, Fireball, and Perfecto are good choices for a July sowing. Radishes are simple, fast, and forgiving. 13th, plant turnips. Turnips are another underrated 2-for-1 crop. The roots are useful, but the greens are also delicious and nutritious. In many kitchens, turnip greens are just as important as the root. The key to good turnips is cool weather. If turnips mature in heat, the roots often become woody, harsh, and bitter. That is why late July or August planting works so well. The plants grow as the season cools, producing tender roots and better flavor. Many turnips mature in about 50 to 60 days. Sow the seeds about 1/2 inch deep and thin the plants to about 4 inches apart so the roots have room to round out. Purple top white globe is the classic variety. It is dependable, productive, and perfect for a fall harvest. Light frost usually improves the flavor. 14th, plant kohlrabi. Kohlrabi looks strange the first time you grow it. It forms a round, swollen bulb above the soil, with leaves growing out from the sides. But do not let the appearance fool you. When grown well, kohlrabi is crisp, sweet, and mild, almost like a vegetable apple. It is fast, often ready in about 50 to 60 days, but timing matters. If kohlrabi matures in heat, it can become woody and tough. If it matures in cool fall weather, the bulb stays juicy and tender. Sow the seeds about 1/2 inch deep and thin plants to around 4 inches apart. Give each bulb enough room to expand. Crowding leads to small, stunted plants. Early white Vienna is the classic pale green variety. Purple Vienna gives you the same crisp texture with beautiful purple skin. Both are excellent for a July planting that finishes in fall. 15th, finish with Swiss chard. Swiss chard may be the most forgiving crop on this entire list. It is related to beets, but unlike many leafy greens, it handles both summer heat and fall frost. Lettuce bolts. Spinach gives up in heat. Chard just keeps growing. Plant it in July, and you can harvest leaves for months. Pick the outer leaves, and the plant continues producing from the center. You can harvest baby leaves in about 30 days, or wait 40 to 60 days for larger leaves and thick, colorful stems. Ford Hook Giant is a strong producer. Bright Lights and Ruby Red are beautiful varieties with vivid stems in shades of red, gold, pink, and orange. They look almost ornamental, but they are fully edible and productive. Sow the seed about 1 inch deep and thin plants to around 6 inches apart. After that, chard asks for very little. It is the closest thing to a plant and forget green. So there you have it, 15 crops for the July garden. But the real lesson is bigger than the list. This is not just a group of vegetables. It is a calendar. Beans, corn, cucumbers, squash, and zucchini give you one last powerful wave of summer harvest. Broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, carrots, beets, kale, turnips, kohlrabi, lettuce, radishes, and chard carry you into fall, cold weather, and even the edge of winter. Most gardeners ask the wrong question in July. They ask, is it too late? The better question is, what can I plant now that will feed me when everything else is finished? Because July is not the end. July is the doorway into the sweetest part of the gardening year. The pests begin to fade. The nights cool down. The roots sweeten. The greens become mild. The brassicas tighten. And the garden, instead of dying back, starts preparing for its finest work. So do not walk away from your beds yet. Plant again. Use the heat while you have it, and let the cold finish the job. Your garden is not winding down. It is getting ready to surprise you.